Hello, everyone. My name is Mark Frasco. This is Business Builders. Thank you for joining me. This is episode 8, Building a Customer Advocacy Program. Mr. Customer, how are we doing for you? Oh, that's very nice. Thank you very much. Is there a chance I could get you to put that in a letter and put it on letterhead for our file? Many of you probably remember the hallways lined with these letters of recommendation on letterhead from our really satisfied customers. We were always happy to have these letters. Besides putting them in the hallway, we often used them in our proposals and made a big point of those as we talked about the value that our organization was going to bring to a prospective customer. Since the first salesperson sold a bundle of wood to the person who invented fire, we've asked our salespeople to gather letters of reference and advocacy from satisfied customers. Although a lot of good still remains in that effort, there's obviously been a shift with technology, and this session is going to help us understand that shift and how to leverage the tools that are in the market today to take advantage of that shift in the marketplace, building a customer advocacy program. So let's build some imagery at the beginning here. So we think about suppliers, draw a circle around suppliers. You've got markets, these larger markets that we pursue. Inside those markets, there's a smaller collection, obviously, of customers depending on our market share. So as a supplier, we're pursuing a market, and in that market, a smaller subset of customers. Pretty typical the way you would think. We bring value to the customer pays us for that value, and there's this exchange. But what I'd like you to begin to think about is inside that customer circle, I would like you to think about even a smaller circle of those that are raving fans of what it is that you do, advocates for your organization. I want to help move those advocates in a customer advocacy program. I want to move these advocates into the supplier circle, if you will. I want them to become a third-party representative of what it is that we do, what it is that we say we do for the market. Now let's talk about this shift that has taken place. In the recent past, we would maybe think about converting prospects into customers. But today we need to be thinking about converting customers into advocates. Maybe we used to think about investments in business development and personnel and processes. All good. But today we need to be thinking about investments in delighting and engaging customers. We want to help them become advocates. Maybe in the past we would sell more stuff to those customers, and we spent a lot of time thinking about that and how do we improve our share of wallet. Again, good. But I think today we also have to add to that. We're working with these advocates to encourage others to buy more stuff from us, to help join them as an advocate. So our goal today is to work with these advocates, encouraging them to say pretty words about what it is that we do, helping us sell more things into that market, getting more customers, and at the same time, building more advocates. What we say to a prospect about what we do is interesting. It's definitely useful. But what a customer, a third party, an advocate says to a prospect about what we do is a major shift in thought. That shift in thought is rich in trust and credibility. There's enlightenment that's delivered because it's a third-party advocate that's delivering that message. A strong advocate does a number of things for our organizations and for our selling efforts. Of course, one is to help sell peers, right? But really great advocates are also helping design and refine your service offerings. They kind of serve as an advisor inside your delivery system. They help sometimes to determine and communicate best practices to their peer group. Sometimes they'll participate in live events, share their experiences, maybe in roundtables. They certainly can help connect your solution to the peer group, offer a helping hand. Hey, Joe, I'd like you to meet Mark. Mark is somebody that we respect and have done a lot of work with over the last couple of years. They definitely can help you connect your solution to a peer group. They will often participate in marketing campaigns. We like to get our clients on video, usually 1 or 2 minutes, talking about their experience, talk about our people, talk about the processes that we use to deliver value. So oftentimes, a customer advocate will participate in your marketing campaign. And then the highest level value is when these two parties, the buyer and seller, are integrated, interdependent, when their relationship almost serves this common benefit. that together, when one does well, the other does well. So let's talk about the building blocks, the process of building a customer advocacy program. First, to create customer advocacy, to create an advocacy system, you have to have satisfied customers. They have to have an experience that is superior to what they can get in the market. So you need to have some clarity around what will delight each customer. You can overtly ask that question, or you can have it through experience. But somehow you need to have a definition of satisfaction, and you need to have your team that's delivering your product and service to the market connected to that definition and delivering on that definition in the market. Next, you need to measure your results. You need to engage your customers, be transparent, create an overt benefit, and you need to measure all of that so that you can prove it. You need to be the best at what you do. I like to say, as I've said before, better is good. In this case, best is best. If you're trying to create advocacy in the market, you have to be the best in the market, at least be striving for that every day. And then you need to ask your customers the ultimate question. We've all had this question asked to us from American Express or Delta or Hilton, and that is, how likely are you to recommend our products or services to a friend or colleague? This question was researched and written about in a book called The Ultimate Question, authored by Frederick Taylor years ago. In his book, he goes on to say that what we're really looking for on a scale of 0 to 10, the answer to that question, we're really looking for 9s and 10s. Those are your strongest advocates. That's your fan base. He argues that 7 and 8 are passive or neutral. And 0 through 6, they are not advocates. They, in fact, would not be a promoter of your organization. And then he came up with a net promoter score. So you take the 9s and 10s and you subtract the 0 through 6s from that, and you get a net promoter score. Knowing your net promoter score and tracking that over time is obviously very useful, but for the purposes of our conversation today, I would use the 9s and 10s as the fertile ground for you to build customer advocacy. Those people who are in that 9 and 10 range are promoters. They are advocates of what it is that you do. I would approach those folks, and what we do and what I teach is approaching those 9s and 10s, those promoters, those advocates, and talking with them about being an advocate for the organization, maybe doing a video, maybe helping us develop better processes and better delivery to their organization. These promoters, these advocates are creating this shift in the market, this third-party selling or third-party advocacy system that is changing the way buying influencers think about what it is that you supply and how you supply it. In summary, letters of recommendation are good, but today, not sufficient. We need to design and install a customer advocacy program that creates third-party promoters. People who will promote our organization are much more impactful than anything our company marketing or business development can produce. So we need to install this customer advocacy program, identify these advocates, and create a third-party selling system. Be the best at what you do, measure it, communicate your overt benefit to the market, and then survey that market to find your promoters. Ask that ultimate question. How likely are you to refer our product or service to a friend or a colleague? Identify, develop, and give a voice to your advocates. I hope this was useful. Thank you for tuning in and downloading Business Builders. If you have ideas for future podcasts or have comments, please email me at mark@businessbuilders.pro. Until next time, this is Mark Frasco reminding you, strategic growth is a daily discipline, not an as-needed activity.